Paul, you want to sit on the floor over there? Sure. Then we can get you in. Just right over there so we see you.
Yeah. Leopold, he was French. He was very nice.
Ta-da. There you are. I see you. Excellent.
Wow.
And then let me give you some very, very serious, because we've got California girls here. I've got to give you this Hollywood direction. Are you ready for your very serious? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I have to give you serious Hollywood direction. I have to teach you how to use scissors exactly, because people see a box and they see scissors and they do this. And I go, what are you doing? And they go, opening a box. I go, not like this, you're not opening a box. You want to use the scissors like a box cutter, and you want to cut from the bottom like this, because I'm going to catalog these later when you leave, and I have to know what item came in what box and all that. So I need the labels, so don't cut the labels. And speaking of the labels, you don't want to read the labels and go, oh, this came from Bob Smith of 1313 Mockingbird Lane, because Bob Smith may not want his entire world all over the world, and 1313 Mockingbird Lane is the address of. Good point, but 1313 Mockingbird Lane, why does that ring a bell? It's the address of the Munsters. That's the Munsters address. Now, I thought it was the Addams family. So for a whole year, I said to people, the Addams family, because it's an unboxing. You're opening a box. It's not rocket science. Who cares? But after a year, I thought, am I giving people fake news? I mean, is it really the Addams family address? So I researched it. I was like, oh my God, it's not the Addams family. I've been saying the wrong address for a freaking year. I can't believe it. And I said, but then I looked it up. I was like, then who is 1313 Mockingbird Lane? Who lives there? Why do I remember that? And it was the TV show, The Munsters. I was like, oh, they came out at the same time. Of course. Then what's the Addams family address? So I looked that up and I found out that originally it was 13 Addams Lane, but then later to like compete with the Munsters, it was 13 Cemetery Lane. I'm like, oh. So I started getting nasty emails from the Addams family and the Munsters because their mail was getting mixed up because of my unboxings. Yeah, if you believe that, I got a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you. So now I have to correct everyone, make sure you get it right. So 1313 Mockingbird Lane is the address of, and 13 Cemetery Lane is the address of. Excellent. Now I won't get those nasty emails. Right, exactly. And you don't want to piss off someone called Lurch or Uncle Fester. That could get ugly. Now the next thing I have to add is let's see. What else do I have to add? Oh yes. When I say I'm here with, you could just say your first name. You don't have to say your social security number and your bank account numbers. But if you do decide to tell me your social security and bank account numbers, please tell me first before everybody else on Zoom, because it's only fair that I get to clean it up before all of them. The next thing I have to add is for our California people, do you guys need hair and makeup or the craft food truck? Because the truck shows up at 4 o'clock. You'd have to sit there until tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Are you guys okay with your hair and your makeup or the craft food? Yeah, good. Okay, because yeah, the truck shows up. And the next thing I have. The next thing I have to add is because of this wonderful grandpa that was here a year or two ago. He was so sweet and so nice throughout the entire presentation until I hit go on the camera. And then he all of a sudden morphed into Popeye the Sailor and cursed like a sailor throughout the entire unboxing. It was like, I am not your grandpa. I was like, what happened to I swear to God, every second word was bad language. I was like, what? Yeah, I know, right? He was like, all of a sudden he turned into like a 6-year-old. I was like, what happened to this guy? But he shouldn't be saying those things at 6 either. Yeah, I was like, oh my, so now I have to add to my show. Do you guys need to morph into Popeye the Sailor? No, good, yeah. Because if you do, please do it after the unboxing. It is a kid's show. All right, so are you guys ready? Yeah. Excellent, good. So I do this like a 42nd Street show game, which I'm born and raised in New York, and I remember the 42nd Street show game where a guy showed up with 3 shells. He would put a quarter under one of the shells, and then he would mix them up, and you had to guess which one had the quarter, and you would win something. Girls, the only difference here is I don't have 3 shells. There isn't a quarter under any of my boxes, and you win nothing. So ethically, it's exactly like a New York shell game, if you think about it. But there is one similarity. I am going to mix up the boxes. So here is me mixing up the boxes. Are you guys confused? Are you confused?
So confused.
Good, because otherwise I would have to do this all day long and you'd miss your flight to California. Okay, so here we go. We're going to put the boxes back over here and the envelope. And each one of you gets to pick an item to open. So go ahead, pick an item. There you go. Come on, pick an item. This isn't a 5-part documentary. Excellent, excellent. And here are your scalpels. So scalpel. Wait, I'll give you this cute one. And this very cute
I have
one.
bigger hands than her.
You'll rip them open with your teeth. Whatever you do, don't cut her. Don't cut me. Don't cut my cat. But if you do, don't worry. I've got Civil War surgical tools. I can cure you.
What kind of cat is it?
Tristan is a tabby, and he's adorable and sweet, and doesn't mess with any of the items somehow. He's such a
Wow.
pal. And he was a rescue. And I thought I'd have to give him away, but he's really funny. He like literally makes his own rules. Somehow he knows what's an antique and what's a cat toy. And he will
Very
not
smart.
touch a cat toy. I will not touch an antique, and and he'll touch the cat toys.
Should I take it out of?
I would hope so, because eventually we see it.
Leave it in there.
Leave it in there, yeah.
Here's my
Wow,
box
you opened up
collection.
films. Oh, and I'm sorry, your name. What's your name?
Anna?
Anna?
Sonora? Eliana? Tara?
Cool.
Oh, so you opened up 3 films. Oh my God, it's Satchmo. All That Jazz. This is a 16mm film of Louis Armstrong. And we had the Bones and Ribs record of Louis Armstrong. So that's this is like a classic film. This one here is, this one is the Calico Dragon. Like a calico cat. And you were asking about my cat. And so it's kind of perfect that you opened this up. And this is also for my friend, Calico Jack, who's in California. She just moved to California and married my friend Fred Tadaro. So Jackie, this is for you also. You have to show her that film. And then this one is, this is great. Since you love animals, speaking of animals, this one is like animals. It's like this crazy animation where the animals talk, but it's like the 1940s or 50s. So it's like, how did they do that without CGI? God only knows. I think they just taught the animals to talk. 1948. So that is really cool. Oh, it's my buddy. Yeah, cool. And this one is a digest. Is it? Yeah. Often they did short reels of long films. All right. So thanks. Who's next? Oh, you got that right ready for me. So let's see, Anne, what did you open up? And I always tell them, please write it on the film. And of course, nobody.
I think it was Louis Armstrong. I think
Oh,
he said it on the.
I figured it out. Yes.
That thing. Yep.
Cheers.
Yeah, this is the Holy Grail. This is Louis Armstrong in black and blue, one of the most important films I own. So there's 2 films by Louis that are the most important films I own. Symphony in Black was the first one, and it had Billie Holiday's first time on film. She was 19, and I'd always heard about a second film, but I never got to get it, and I finally got the second film. This is Black and Blue by Louis Armstrong, a very, very classic film from that era. So this is a Holy Grail item. When I play this one, I can't wait to debut that. That is a really, and you'll be there because you live in nearby. So
I do, yeah.
when we do the Prohibition Jazz one, I'm debuting this.
Cool.
So
That's awesome.
yeah, you should be there and then say, I was the one who touched it before you did. And then what did you open? Another 16mm films. Boy, there's a trend here. They came from California and they only opened films. Let's see, was I good enough to write it down? No. And it's very taped, but let's see if we can cut open the tape real quick.
So you had one job.
Let's see if he was nice enough to write it. Oh, this is a fun one. This is Circus Day from 1949. So this is a circus film. And the guy who collected these was Dennis, who passed away, and his wife has been getting his collection to other collectors. And his films are amazing. So he's up there laughing because he got me a lot of my films. And his films are really fun. And this might have some footage of Connie, who knows? But it's we have a whole show called The Wind Up Circus. So we'll play this one for that show. And you'll be like, I opened it first. It's a cool film. So what did you open up? Looks like more films. Yep, more films.
I want to make him whistle.
Oh, that is a. You are such a fantastic lady. You want all the men to make all the men whistle. You're so sweet. So this is a soundie from like the 1940s. There were these soundies that came out, and this is a really cute one. I'm going to debut this for our soundie show, and it's going to be the star of that show because I can't wait to see it. The stills look really cute. So obviously you can guess what it's about. So that's a fun one. Of course, whistling, you know, the Masher laws. I forget what whistling cost. I think whistling was 50, I think. Yeah. If I recall, whistling might have been 50. And then that one is
Dream of the RAREBIT Fiend.
Wow, that's a Winsor McCay.
Yep, Winsor McCay.
Oh, you're good. You know that. Winsor McCay did Little Nemo. And he was the person that the reason why we have Pixar and Disney and all that is because Winsor did cartoons in newspapers and tried to convince Hollywood that these should be movies. And they were like, no, no one will feel anything for a dumb cartoon in a newspaper. And he was like, no, no, they will. And he did Gertie the Dinosaur and all these cool things. And it was a big thing. So I'm a big Winsor fan. So this is a very cool one. This is one of the classic ones.
All right, cleanliness bathing.
Oh, we have a manners show. So this one is going to be, especially during COVID, this is going to be a showstopper. I can't wait to show this one, cleanliness. Oh my God. Yeah, this is going to be fun. I can't wait to debut that. We have to do the manners show again just for this film. That is going to be a fun. And you're going to be like, I opened that first. And there should be another one, right? Yes. Like 1940s and 50s.
Take My Heart. Is it gay PAREE?
Oh, this is great. So gay PURR-EE, right after PURR-EE, because it's about a cat in Paris. So
okay,
PURR-EE. Yeah, now you got it. Okay, good.
We're so married, we're like gay puree.
And yeah, we're not pureeing the cat. It's not like the organ grinder, okay? These guys saw my organ grinder. They thought it grinds organs, like human organs. I'm like, no, it's a music player and you can't touch it. Not anymore. So this is a great, beautiful animation. And the girl who sings this is, oh my God, not Audrey Hepburn. Oh, the one who was in Wizard of Oz.
Judy Garland.
Judy Garland.
Oh, really?
That's her piece. She's singing the song.
That's the cat? That's really cool.
It's really cool. This is it's kind of like Frozen for them. That is really cool. So that is like a holy grail box too. This is a really good box. You guys open great films. So Paul opened up.
This is a polka strip, and I'm going to let you open it because I'm afraid to cut the ends.
Oh my Lord, they tape this like insane.
I couldn't slit it.
Well, I'm going to hope that I can do real close to the edge here and not cut the actual line.
That's why I figured you should do it.
And then I'm going to do this. Oh, I know what this is. Wow, this is
Hanky Panky.
it's a jukebox thing of the hanky panky polka and the mushroom polka. That's a pretty frightening thought there, pal. That's great.
Hard to decide which one to play.
Out of all the people to open it up, the guy opened this one. The irony is unmistakable. So you guys on the internet know this already, but they don't. People tend to open up items that are ironic and funny as to the person. And we noticed the pattern after 12 years, but in the first year we noticed the pattern. We were so spooked by it, we didn't say anything at first. But then we realized people were laughing and giggling about it and going, I know that this, blah, blah. So we realized, oh, we're supposed to tell people about it because it's ironic. The package picks the person more than the person picks the package. So yeah, that was a good one. The guy picked up the right package. If you guys had picked this up, it wouldn't have been as funny. So that is great. Yeah, like I said, my theory, there is a God, and after all the comedians passed away like the Marx Brothers, all they're doing up there is practical jokes. And that's why the news is so crazy. That's my theory. I'm going with it. So that is perfect. And that's my show.
Hooray, thank you.
And now you guys are museum curators too. Woohoo! Wear your white gloves. So let's say bye to the world. Bye, world.